Hey everyone, and this video is all about the examples for the review on algebra. Now we have a lot of examples to get through, so I'm going to be going through them fairly quickly. First couple we're going to go through, we're just going to do some simplifications. Okay, we're going to start with some like terms, and then we're going to do some other stuff. Now, I do have a bit of a typo in my sheet here. This is actually supposed to be a plus sign, not an equal sign. So just a slight little typo. Makes it a little bit hard, but it is supposed to be a plus. Okay, let's get started. Here we are collecting like terms. So you can see here we've got 3a squared b minus 2a squared b. So you can see that they are like terms because they have the same pronumerals with the same powers. So we just go straight ahead and do the subtraction. So it's 3 minus 2, which is 1. So it is just a squared b. Quite simple there. So we can see same pronumerals. Spell them correctly. Pronumerals, same powers. Okay. Moving straight to the next one. Same idea. We're going to, however, I'm going to rewrite this so that the like terms are next to each other. So my like terms here are 5xy and 2xy. And then 2xy squared plus 3y squared x. You can see that those last two are the same, even though they're in a slightly different order. They are still the same like term. So now we have our like terms together. Let's just do the subtractions. We're going to have 3xy plus 5xy squared. So pop those into alphabetical order when you're rewriting them. That's that one done and dusted. Let's simplify the next ones. We're now into multiplication and division. Like terms no longer matter. They only matter for addition and subtraction. And I might even pop that over there in red. Like terms are only for addition and subtraction. Okay. Simplifying the following, let's just multiply the two numbers. Well, that's 14, then the two letters H and L. That's it. That one's done. Fairly straightforward, to be honest. Okay, next one, same deal. We're going to have minus 3 times 2. Minus 3 times 2, well, that's going to be minus 6. P squared times P. So this is where our index laws come into it. And we add the indices, so it's 2 plus 1, so it's going to be P to the power of 3. And then there's the two R's there that we need to make R squared because we're multiplying. We're not adding them together, we're multiplying them. The last one, minus 7xy over 14y. Same idea, we don't need like terms anymore. So we're just going to do that division. Alright, and cancel out some terms. So those y's are going away. Okay, and now we've got 7x over 14. But in reality, we're actually going to have 1 over, or x rather. Get that right, x over 2. Okay, or minus x over 2. Okay, so for this one, reduce common factors. Okay, complete the division by simplifying fraction. Okay, let's keep crack-a-lacking. Like I said, lots of examples for this video. I'm going to try and get through them fairly quickly. Now here's our distributive law. All right, so we're multiplying everything inside brackets by what's outside brackets. So I'm going to multiply 2 times x and 2 times 4. And I just find it easier to chuck those little arcs in. So it's 2x plus 8. 2 times x, 2x. 2 times 4 is 8. Same deal with the next one. Multiply that way. Multiply that way. Alright. Gives me minus 3x squared. Because I've got minus 3x times x. So I want to be x squared there. Now I've got 2 negatives here. I'm not multiplying together. When you multiply 2 negatives, you get a plus. So now I have plus 3xy. And they are no longer like terms. They are not like terms. So we are good to leave it there like that. This next one's a little bit tricky. There's a whole extra step there because you've got to do some extra bits and pieces. But essentially, we're just doing those multiplications first. So we're going to have 3x plus 6. Now this minus sign belongs to that 4. So it's going to be minus 4 times 2x. So it's going to be minus 8x. Then that minus sign belongs to the next 4 as well. So it's minus 4 times minus 4, which is plus 16. Simplify it through. We've got 3x minus 8x. That's going to give me minus 5x. Plus 6 plus 16. That's going to give me, not plus 24. I'll get that right in a second. It should be plus 22. Writing in the wrong numbers, that's never good. Okay, so expand our brackets. Expand the brackets. And then simplify. With the like terms. Okay, we are cruising through. Now we have our factorize. So for factorize, we want highest common factor. Okay, highest common factor. For the first one, it is going to be the 3. All right, so 3 is our highest common factor there. Okay, so we pop the 3 out. We're left with x minus 3. Okay, so dividing each of those terms by the highest common factor gives us the 2 factors we need. Okay, next one's a little bit trickier. Okay, because there's 2 factors almost here. So you can see here that 2x squared, this whole term again is our highest common factor. Or it's part of our highest common factor. So we're actually going to have 2x. Because 2x goes into both of those terms. So I'm going to have 2x on the outside. I'm going to have in the brackets, I'm going to have an x because 2x times x is x squared, or 2x squared. Then I've got the 4x. Because I'm multiplying by 2x, I don't need another x in my bracket. But I do need a 2 because I'm timesing it by 2 to get 4. So just take out that highest common factor and divide everything by the highest common factor. Okay, so divide each term by the highest common factor. You might even see it called the greatest common factor. All right. Last example, we have smashed through these. This is a substitution question. This is substitution. Okay, where we are going to substitute values into an expression to evaluate it. We're going to substitute in. So, I'm going to write out my expression first, only because it makes it easier to know where to put those values in. Okay, so a is minus 3, we have a squared. So we have minus 3 squared. Okay, next we have our minus 2, and it's being multiplied by b, which is 5, and that's being multiplied by c, which is minus 1. Now I've popped in some brackets to show you a couple of little things. So that minus 1 has to be together as that minus sign belongs to that 1. But it's this bit in here that's really important. Alright, minus 3 squared is minus 3 times minus 3. And that's what we want for this particular question. Okay, if I was to have minus 3 squared, it would actually be minus 3 times 3, not minus 3 times minus 3. So that's why we put in the brackets there, to make sure that we are on top of that. Okay, so when we do all of that together, minus 3 all squared is 9. Okay, minus 2 times 5 is minus 10. Okay, minus 2 times 5 is minus 10. Times that by minus 1. So it's minus 10 times minus 1. So now it is plus 10, because we've got two negatives being multiplied in there together. Add it all in, and we're going to get 19. Alright, so here we are multiplying two negatives to get a positive. Okay, and that's it. That is those examples, which as always have come from a Cambridge textbook. Hopefully this has been helpful. Have fun with your questions.